And now for a Next News special report.
In a shocking turn of events, Attorney General Merrick Garland finds himself in the hot seat as House Republicans vote to hold him in contempt of Congress. With tensions reaching a boiling point, the DOJ faces unprecedented scrutiny over its handling of investigations involving President Trump. As the battle between the executive and legislative branches intensifies, the American people are left wondering, will the truth finally come to light, or will partisan politics prevail? Now, in times of political upheaval, the need for truth and transparency has never been greater. Just as Attorney General Merrick Garland faces a battle for accountability, we at the Next News Network are fighting our own battle to keep the light of journalism shining bright. But we can't do it without your support. As censorship threatens to silence our voice, we turn to you, our loyal viewers, to stand with us. Your donation today will help us continue to ask the tough questions and hold those in power accountable. Together, we can ensure that the truth always prevails. Use the links in the description. Now, Attorney General Merrick Garland found himself on the defensive on Thursday as House Republicans voted to hold him in contempt of Congress. The unprecedented move comes amidst growing tensions between the Department of Justice and the GOP-led House committees investigating the DOJ's handling of probes into President Donald Trump. In a press conference visibly rattled, Garland asserted that the DOJ is a fundamental institution of our democracy, and it doesn't need to comply with congressional subpoenas. The defiant stance came after the DOJ refused to provide audio recordings of President Biden's interview with Special Counsel Robert Hur, prompting outrage from House Oversight Chairman James Comer. Now watch.
The Justice Department is a fundamental institution of our democracy. People depend on us to ensure that our investigations and our prosecutions are conducted according to the facts and the law and without political influence. We have gone to extraordinary lengths to ensure that the committees get responses to their legitimate requests. But this is not one. To the contrary, this is one that would harm our ability in the future to successfully pursue sensitive investigations. Now, there have been a series of unprecedented and frankly unfounded attacks on the Justice Department. This request, this effort to use contempt as a method of obtaining our sensitive law enforcement files is just the most recent. The effort to threaten to defund our investigations and the way in which there are contributions to an atmosphere that puts our agents and our prosecutors at risk, these are wrong. Look, the only thing I can do is continue to do the right thing. I will protect this building and its people.
General, why don't we respond?
Go ahead. You kind of answered this just now, but I was wondering, what this combined with the efforts to defund Jack Smith and the other attacks on Biden administration officials say about, the broader effort to discredit you and to discredit the Justice Department, and also how do you manage that? How are you resisting that? And what can you do about that as Attorney General?
Look, we have to go about our work following the federal principles of prosecution. As I said, we follow the facts and the law. We screen out outside inappropriate influences. That's what we're doing here. We're protecting our ability to continue to do high-profile and sensitive investigations, and we will continue to do that.
Mr. Perry, last question. It now seems the odds now seem vanishingly small that the two Jack Smith federal cases are going to begin trial, let alone finish trial, this year. What does that say about the pace of the justice system and confidence in this Justice Department?
Look, the special counsel brought both cases last year. He appropriately requested speedy trials. The matter is now in the hands of the judiciary, and I'm not going to be able to comment any further.
Thank you, everyone. We have to go to the FBI memorial. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, these people make me so sick. Now, Garland's claim that the subpoena was not legitimate and would harm the DOJ's ability to conduct sensitive investigations has sparked a fierce debate over the limits of executive privilege and the role of congressional oversight. Critics argue that the Biden administration is using democracy as a smokescreen to avoid transparency and accountability. Now, former Gorsuch clerk Mike Davis, speaking on Steve Bannon's War Room, suggested that Republicans have successfully put the Biden Justice Department on the defense for the first time. Davis highlighted Garland's rattled demeanor and the DOJ's concerns over potential defunding of investigations. Watch.
Yeah, listen to Attorney General Merrick Garland's statement. We are in his head. He's rattled. He's talking about defunding, how we're trying to defund these investigations before the election, how we're issuing subpoenas. They are now on defense in the Biden Justice Department, and they're on defense for the first time in 22 months. And I commend the House Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, the Oversight Committee, James Comer. They're doing good work now. We're finally firing on all cylinders. We should have been doing this 22 months ago, but I'm pleased we're finally firing on all cylinders instead of in week 5 of the unprecedented criminal trial of a former president, likely future president, like we've seen with Alvin Bragg's bogus case up in Europe. But we need to keep going. We need to keep the pressure on the Democrats. This is a zero-sum game. When the Democrats are on defense, like they are right now, finally, they're not on offense, right? And we need to keep going. We need to put the pedal to the metal and run them over.
Yeah.
The controversy surrounding the DOJ's investigations into Trump has raised questions about the impartiality of the justice system. While some argue that the indictments are politically motivated, others maintain that the charges are based on credible evidence and that the legal process must be allowed to run its course. So as the battle between Congress and the DOJ intensifies, the American people are left to wonder, what information is being withheld and why? The refusal to release audio of Biden's interview with Hur, even after providing a transcript, has only fueled speculation about potential discrepancies and misstatements. With multiple House committees now pursuing contempt charges against Garland, the stage is set for a protracted legal battle that could have far-reaching implications for the balance of power in Washington. As the nation watches this drama unfold, one thing is clear. The pursuit of justice and truth has never been more crucial. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. The showdown between Attorney General Garland and House Republicans is more than just a political spectacle. It's a test of our nation's commitment to transparency and accountability. As the DOJ faces mounting scrutiny, it's essential that we as citizens demand answers and hold our institutions to the highest standards. Only by shining a light on the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be, can we hope to restore trust in our system of justice.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.